Sani Monani. Hello, hello, hi everyone, hi loved ones. How's everybody doing? Yeah, one day you will be doing a live and you'll be able to answer me. But wherever you are, I hope you're well. I hope today is a good day. But every day is a good day. Every day is a good day. So yes, this is our first moon ritual video, if we can call it that. So this is, you know who you are, the ladies on the group. By today, most, if not some of you have already done your rituals. You've already written down your lists. So as promised on the group, this will help with that. This is not to make you write or do your rituals. This is not to, but it can guide you. It's just that by now, and this is our second ritual that we're doing together. By now, you should have an idea of what it is that what it is that this next 30 days is going to do for you. What it is in the next 30 days you are letting go of. What it is in the next 30 days you are changing. 30 days is a lot of days, and you know they say it takes 21 days to start a new habit and also to break an old one. So 30 days are enough. And also, it doesn't mean that every 30 days, whatever it is that you changed about yourself last month, it was just for last month or for the last 30 days. These are things that you will carry on adding into your life. You'll carry on remembering, because it's now a new habit. It's now a new part of who you are. It is now a part of who you want to become. So these are not things that we are letting go along the way. It's not a wham bam thank you ma'am type of thing. You are doing it for a reason. So imagine doing all these changes 12 times the whole year for more than 20 days each. By 12 months, you're a completely different woman or man. If there's a guy listening or watching, we welcome you. We don't discriminate here. So even in just a month of you applying yourself, change does come. Like a little always goes a very long way. A little goes a very long way. So we are doing the Sagittarius Moon Guidelines. So as I explained on the group, Luna is opposing solar. So sun rising right now is Gemini. So it's Gemini season right now. Geminis are celebrating their birthdays since the 20th, right? Star sign wise. Luna, moon rising, is in Sagittarius. So they always oppose each other. So if you look at the list of star signs, they're 6 months apart. So the next moon will be Capricorn, and then it'll be Aquarius, and then it'll be Aries, or is it Pisces? So and so and so and so, right? Even this side, it will carry on that way. So this one is going forward because we are looking at the calendar in a linear way, and then this one is going. So they always like this. They're going this way. It's like even when it's a full moon, for example, this morning, this side, I was looking at the moon in the west, and then in the east, I was looking at the sun rising. As above, so below. Nothing is a coincidence. All these things work together. So we are now in Sagittarius. The strengths of the Sagittarius. Né? So this video, for those who are not on the group, this video is to help us understand the characteristics of the star sign planet Sagittarius, right? Of the star sign Sagittarius, so that we are able to define what it is that we each need to focus on in our own individual journeys. As in everything that I say and always teach, take only what resonates to your specific and individual journey. We are all doing different things We are all wanting different things because we are all different people. So the strengths of Sagittarius. So it's 3 of each, strengths and weaknesses. The first strength is freedom rather than money. So a Sagittarius would rather do something purely because of enjoyment. They don't care if they're going to get rich off of it or not. They don't care. They don't care. So they're very creative and passionate people. For example, Jay-Z, he's a Sagittarius. Because he knew he wanted to rap, he did everything that he could to get where he is now. He sold some crack at the corner so that he can have his own studio or whatever. Andrew Tate is a Sagittarius. He's very passionate in everything that he also does. The money came after. They have a goal and they just did it. But also, they're the same people, as wealthy as they are, who will tell you the same thing, that money does not buy you everything as well. So, number 2, honesty is their best policy. Example again, Beyonce Lemonade. She was kind of hinting what was going on right there. She was hinting what was going on in the household. Then Jigga came with 444. I'm not a Beyonce fan, but the songs that I hear playing, I told people, something is up here. Yeah, she's ending. And then my Jigga came through with the truth in 444 and he told us everything. I don't think Beyonce has had an interview where she's talking about the marital issues, but Jigga had interviews. He spoke about it. Number 3, never influenced by others. This is what other people would call you hard-headed. And it's not you being hard-headed. It's you just, it can work both ways. You're either good at taking advice or you're not. You're either good at sticking to your decisions or you're not. So Sagittarius is never influenced by others. Not easily influenced by others. Weaknesses, number 1, impatient. They lack patience. They want something, they want it done now. They want to know something, they want to know now. And I'll add on to that. Number 2, they do things carelessly. So if they feel that I want to do this now, I'll do it. They don't really think it through. Maybe that's why I get along with Sag somewhat, because I'm Aquarian and yeah, I'm a bit erratic, but I'm learning to do better about that. The other thing about star signs, if you're one who's a true believer in star signs, don't be a typical, you know how we Capricorns do, you know how we what do. There are weaknesses and strengths to everything. So if it's a weakness, change it. Change that about yourself. So I can't always, there was a time where I was happy to be spontaneous and erratic and following my own course, but I have to be smart about it now, the older that I'm getting. I can't just be doing shit and not think them through. Right now that I'm older, I appreciate the times where I just took chances, because a lot of those things are things that are now making sense of who I am. But now that I know better, I have to nurture all this knowledge and the lessons that I've carried over the years with timing and patience. Number 3, they get bored easily. Sagittarius gets bored easily. Get bored easily. So meaning they're easily distracted as well. So let's look at the character traits or notes to the character traits. Sorry. After this video, it's going to be maybe 2 hours of me just talking, looking at my phone and talking. Such is life. So character traits or notes, Sagittarius moon character traits or notes. So for number 1, for the first strength, being the freedom over money. To break it down, so you need to see the value in things that are not materialistic. Searching for the value in time, for example. So this strength will help you look for the things. If all you care about is the materialistic gratification in your life, then you need to change that to you looking for other gifts that life brings with it, looking for the wealth that money cannot buy, looking for the wealth that you look for in the people around you. This is where you can start questioning what value other people are adding into your life. You know, it's frowned upon to question what people bring and what people can do for you, but it is very important to ask that. It's very important to ask, what have you done for me lately? Especially if you are the one who's always been doing stuff for people. But if you know your crap friend, your crap partner, your crap sister or brother or whatever, who's just having stuff done for them, then you need to start looking at the value of you being there for other people. If you don't have the money to do things for the people that you love, then show it with other things. Show it with time. Show it with patience. Show it with love. Show it with kindness. Show it with gratitude. The things, every once in a while, it's okay. The people who have been there for you and have been doing things for you, there are some people who are blessed with everything that they have around them. It's someone who's been doing it for them. So it's an opportunity for you in the next 30 days to start thanking the people around you for being who they are. Every once in a while, it's not a problem to thank the people who have been there for you or who have been positive influences for you. It's time to look around and see how people have blessed you, besides looking at the other rewards that life gives you that are not materialistic. So everything that we're doing starts with self. We are not just looking at what others do for you. Mainly it's all these things that you are changing about yourself to become a better person, firstly for yourself. The moon is more in the dark. It's nighttime, right? So that's internal stuff. Lunar is more daylight. That's what everyone else sees about you. But what everyone sees about you is also influenced by how you see yourself. So it's easy to put on a mask based on how you see yourself. Others can see you this way because of how it all starts with self. So value in things that are not materialistic. Search for the value in time, for example. Focus on one thing at a time. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Focus on one thing at a time. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. That's also you valuing time. Just because you're doing a lot of things at the same time, that does not mean you're getting a lot done or anything done for that matter. Let me read that again. So for number one, the freedom over money. Yes, so I'm just also highlighting that it's good to be free, but it's also good to be smart about it. Don't be free and dumb. Be free, but mindfully. So focus on one thing at a time, because when you're free, you like this, you want to do everything. You'll take this and you'll take another thing. Just focus. If you're busy with this, just focus on that. And also we now have a habit of watching TV and having our phones and also listening at music at the same. Do one thing at a time, right? One thing at a time. So just because you're doing a lot of things at the same time, that does not mean that you're getting anything done. Do not allow yourself to be distracted. Number two, honesty. Be honest with yourself about what it is you feel you need to achieve in the next 30 days. That applies to every month or every day. Be honest with yourself I always talk about being honest with yourself. I mean, isn't that easier than not being honest with the next person? But it's easy to lie to ourselves too. A lot of people are out here lying to themselves about a lot of things. I, for one, have realized, mama, you've been lying to yourself about that situation, thinking it's like this when it's actually like this. And once you realize that, no, it's actually like this, then you apply yourself accordingly. And it becomes easier to apply the changes because you're applying yourself accordingly. I don't want this to be too long. I want it to be maybe 30 minutes. So let's move along. Honesty. Be honest with yourself about what it is you feel you need to achieve in the next 30 days. Accept things, people, situations for what they are. Don't lie to yourself about the things that the universe is showing you. There's been times you asked to be shown certain things. There are some prayers that we do where we say, God, please remove the people that are not good for me. And God starts showing you these signs and you're like, nah, he's a good one or she's a good one. No, I'll keep this one. Accept things, people, situations for what they are. Allow people to be who they are without you imposing your thoughts or beliefs. Allow people to be who they are without you imposing your thoughts, beliefs, and judgments. Because Sag can be very judgmental. That's another trait of theirs. Sag can be very judgy. So don't be judgmental. Allow people to be who they are, and if you don't vibe with that, then stay away. It doesn't mean you must now come and tell them, I don't like what you... No. Mind you. As I always say, mind your own business, right? Number 3 of the strengths of Sag. Never influenced by others. So this means believe in yourself, your ideas, your dreams, plans, and goals. You don't have to look for external validation. If you believe in what you want to do and you will apply yourself towards it, that also goes back to being honest and realistic and don't have floating dreamy thoughts, just dreamy thoughts that are just dreams. Be realistic and go for it. Be open to taking advice even if you don't like who or where it comes from. That goes back to the judgment part. So advice comes from different spaces. That's why I can sit here and say, on my spiritual journey, I understand Bungoma because I dabbled in it. I gave it time to try and understand it. I also gave some time to religion. I can also say how far I take it. I'm trying and I'm learning and I'm researching other things. So nothing is ever a mistake in this life. Everything is here because it needs to be here. There is some truth in everything. Like in every joke, there's truth in it. We could be playing, but we are actually being serious. So learn to take advice wherever it comes from. This will also allow you to even tell the people that you don't usually agree with every once in a while to say, actually, you're right about that. That's you being a bigger person. Humility. I just said, you may know a lot, but you don't know everything. So going back to taking advice from where you usually wouldn't take it. So be open to learning new things. That's also a show of humility. Be open to learning new things. It also brings the energy of you taking on new challenges, new perspective, seeing things with a different eye, learning things with a different eye, listening with a different ear. Don't be too set in your ways, right? And just balancing things out. Sagittarius is very woo-woo-woo, but same time they're very like a horse, a lap, right? So everything needs balance. So the elements of Sagittarius, I don't want to take too long. Element of Sagittarius is fire. Fire is a very masculine energy. a very masculine energy, and that's why Sagittarius can seem to be very loud, very this, because they're very fiery. It's like, I think Taurus is also a fire sign, very out there, very, either you like them or you don't. It's one of those. I think that applies to every star sign, but they're not the ones to be there in the corner and you won't know who they are. They'll be very loud. Because they are outward. Fire, you can't miss a fire. You'll see smoke. Fire is not something that you can hide. You can't hide fire. You can't. If you try to hide it, it's gonna burn you or something. So fire is a masculine energy. If you're too busy, too all over the place. So what the elements can teach us, right? This element of Sagittarius, which is fire. If right now you are just too busy, you are too all over the place, calm down, put the heat down a little bit. If you've just been sitting and your fire has been dying down, put some life back into your fire. So if currently, before the winter, during the autumn, during the summer, you were all over, not focusing on one thing at a time. So it also goes back to you not focusing on one thing at a time, doing too many things but doing nothing. Calm down. If you are just thinking and procrastinating, thinking about things, talking about ideas that are just dreams, just talking crap and not doing shit about it, it's time to do something that is going to make sense. Because sometimes you can have a dreamy idea and you start doing, but you haven't sat down, you haven't planned it to the T, you haven't looked at the pros and cons, just doing things without planning. We are adults now, you can't be doing that. You can't be taking chances and wasting time like that. So if you've just been sitting and doing nothing, it is time for you to build that fire. It's like building a fire, right? You need the wood, there's a method in it. You need wind to control that fire to the right type of wind. You need the right type of wood. You need to decide what you're going to do with that fire. Is that fire to keep you warm? Is that fire for cooking? Is that fire to braai meat? Is that fire for spit braai? Is it for burning things that you don't need anymore? Could be for that too. So if you're too relaxed, place that flame under your ass and allow situations that challenge you. Sometimes the things are right. If you're too relaxed, if you're too relaxed, place the flame under your ass and allow situations that challenge you. I'm someone else in my writing, I guess. What the fire influences, what actions, characteristics, energies, thoughts, things. So the fire energy or element, it influences, or it represents creativity, it represents having courage. So if also you've been quiet about a few truths, because Sag is about honesty, speak up. It's pride, so it's very proud. So proud can also be arrogance, but don't let anyone play your worth down. Do not allow anyone to treat you less than as well. Don't be arrogant at the same time. It also influences impulse. Don't be too impulsive, but if you've just been doing nothing, if you've just been thinking about taking that trip, take that trip. If you've been thinking about visiting that person or calling that person, call that person. Spontaneous reaction. So there's a balance to everything. If you're not doing this part, it's time for you to do it. If you're already doing this part, then stop doing it. Do it differently. Spontaneous reaction. So there's a good in being spontaneous, but you can't always be spontaneous. If we think, let's go eat, that's being spontaneous. Let's go out for dinner. It can turn out nicely, but why are you going out for dinner on your last 100 rand? Which, you can do if you're not of a poor mindset. If you know and believe that you are abundant, money comes to you easily, limitless, infinite, Go for it, but be smart about it too. Be smart in everything that you do. It's all about self-belief and what you know you've planted, the seeds that you've planted too. If it's something, where are we? Sagittarius gets stuff done. They get shit done, especially if it's something that they have a passion for. I went back with the example of Andrew Tate, for example, and Jay-Z. What to avoid, given the element of fire? Avoid arguments and confrontations. Avoid arguments and confrontations. So we are already under the fire element. Don't bring in more fire. Don't bring in more fire. And also avoid acting without thinking. So fire is already going, you're bringing in more wind. Avoid that type of stuff. Avoid that. That's you bringing the element of wind into your fire. That's just spontaneous combustion. And what elements to embody with the fire? What type of energy? So energy wise, what we need to avoid is fire with fire, arguments and confrontations. There's not the time for that because we're already fiery, or acting without thinking. We don't need to be windy about things, but the elements that we probably would need and that can enhance us and we need to embody is steadiness. So fire is mostly built on ground, so that gives you grounding, that gives you earth. So you need balancing. So it's steadiness, right? That's what we can embody right now, being more steady. And also building partnerships or collaborations. That's the element of fire and water, because fire and water, sometimes, yes, water is used to put out fires that are a bit out of hand, that are not behaving. So you might need to add some water to calm you down. But then also at the same time, fire and water, we use it to make other things. Fire and water, we use to boil things, to make food. So it could be calling to maybe start entertaining ideas of working with other people, going back to you, not being too judgmental, and learning to take advice from people that you wouldn't usually take it from. Except that you need to accept that you don't know everything. So that's you allowing to be taught, allowing to be humble, allowing to learn new things, allowing to be led, because Sagittarius are very leadership wise, but even leaders need to be led. You can't always be a leader. So if you know you have leadership qualities, right now is not the time to be led. Right now is the time for all of us to be learning. Everyone, this is the time for all of us to be learning. So partnerships or collaborations, that's you working with other people in whatever way. Working with other people is you listening instead of talking, for example. What nature can teach us now? Now, just breaking down the elements a bit more. So Earth in the Sagittarius moon cycle or phase in the next 30 days can teach us to trust more. It can teach us that timing is everything. It can teach us that everything has its season, and it can teach us to trust the process. And how? By grounding, i.e. or e.g. sitting outside at least once a week when you get a chance to. Or in the house, if you don't have the luxury of a garden or a yard, lay on the floor in stillness. Just lie down on the floor, face the ceiling, legs straight, arms to the side, and just lay there. Don't play any music, don't do anything, just in silence. So if you have kids or if you're living with a lot of people, when everyone goes to bed, one of the days in the week, at least every week, find the time to just ground yourself that way. Or you can walk around more barefoot in the house. Walk around barefoot. That can bring you some grounding. You can do yoga. For those who've been slacking with the yoga, it's time. And then meditation, you can start learning to meditate. And meditation is not that deep. It's just you sitting there and appreciating your body, listening to your body, just closing your eyes, listening to the blood flow in your body. You can even go as far as just feeling and listening to your heartbeat. That's meditation. And more than anything, rest. Rest. The reason why we are including the elements is because if all these 4 elements work together. So we need to find ways of incorporating them in our actions, right? So that we can get the results that just to full circle everything. No? So rest is what earth, the element of earth, can teach us right now. To rest. To give time to rest. You know, rest before the fire you've been burning for too long. Rest. Make time to rest. If your body is telling you to go to bed, just go to bed. Even if you're used to sleeping late, every once in a while, if your body's saying sleep here, nap a bit more. Learn that. And then the element of air, it can teach us that a little goes a long way. Calm down. Don't blow into many directions at once. Be direct and have direction. Air. Remember, fire and air, it makes the fire go like this. You don't know which way to look, up, down, around the fire. There needs to be direction. That's why it's important in how you place the wood too when you're building your fire, right? So planning. This is a much better angle foot. Okay, so I got cut off there because I need to clear space. Okay, so where were we? We were under the element air and what it can teach us right now, right? Be direct, have direction. Okay, and then how? Listen more and speak less. Move to your own beat. So make your own decisions. At the same time, know who to also take advice from. Can't be taking life advice from someone who's a mess themselves, right? Who doesn't inspire you, who doesn't influence you positively either. But at the same time, there's a little bit to learn from everyone. Make time to listen to your own thoughts, feelings, etc. Make your own decisions. Make your own decisions. Make your own decisions. But also consider others in your decisions too. Don't be selfish. And then the water element and what it can help us, what it can teach us. Express your emotions with tact. Express your emotions first of all, because Sag, my dog died, but it's okay. But whatever. I got fired. Guys, shit happens. Yes, we accept it. But it doesn't mean we can't feel it. Doesn't mean we can't make the time to go through it. You know, like, even if you're alone, the world doesn't have to see you crying about it, but damn, you need to release. Like, you can't hold on to, the world doesn't care if you're strong, you know. No one cares if you're strong. No one cares if you're out here trying to be empowered. It's not like you gain more points or you get more stake because you are strong. So express your emotions, yet with tact. So the emotions to express are the softer ones at this moment, because we are avoiding arguments and confrontation. We are avoiding fire with fire. So now we are dealing with, if situations have been tense, water them down, simmer them down, let them go a bit down. Right now, we are not going to try and deal with that situation. Leave it alone for now. It's not the time. If there's no solution to it, if giving time to it is not going to bring solution, leave it alone. Step away. We'll come back to it if we need to. Otherwise, and also flow. Don't judge the situation. Don't question too much. Don't try and get the answers right now. Don't try to figure it out right now. You don't have to figure it out right now. But are you here? Do you want to come along? Okay, let's go. How? Make room for the vulnerable emotions. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be fragile. And sometimes you're allowed to be insecure. You're allowed to not know who you are once in a while. You're allowed to not know everything. You're allowed to not have it all figured out. You're allowed to also say, I don't know. You're allowed to not know. Right? So, yes, keep the fire burning, but Sagittarius Moon Guidelines and what we can learn from Sagittarius, what we can be celebrated. Every element, every sign is amazing and unique in its own way, and we can learn something from each of them. So this is what Sagittarius is teaching us this time. And this is how we can try and apply it to our lives. So whatever resonates, take it. Whatever doesn't, leave it alone. Whatever applies to your current self-improvement journey, apply it. Whatever you changed about yourself last month, the last 30 days, this will definitely enhance it better. So my current one is what I'm taking and learning from Sag Moon is my patience. My Aquarian things can be very so it's part of my journey to learn to, because my element for the year, my word, my action for the year has been flow. So I'm just flowing. So flow comes with patience too. So the next 30 days, I'm bolting down my patience. So these things, they will help you. So it's what you need to focus on in the next 30 days, right? It's what you need. So whatever it is that I read out that resonates with you, these are the things that you need to focus on the already decided actions that you need to apply into your life and your journey of self-love, self-discovery, self-realization, actualization. So it's all things that you need to focus on right now. And then obviously next month, the same thing will change into, so it's all basically the same thing, but it evolves over time. We just make it better. It's not big changes. I hope this helps. It's almost winter. I'll still be available for readings. I'll be available for yoga. I'll be available for spiritual coaching. So yes, contact me for your bookings. Otherwise, I will see you guys in September for the meditation picnic. Looking forward to that. And then we'll see on the group